Now you're very welcome back to Breffni Park, where we're almost set to go for the Dr. Mick Loftus Cup Final between Roscommon and Tyrone, the Tier 1 final in Masters football for 2024. A big crowd coming in for this final, and the two teams out on the field now, and throw-in will take place a little bit before, we think, 3:15, and we'll bring you all the action live here on our stream throughout the course of the afternoon. If you're just tuning in, we've already had a match here today, and that was the played final between Donegal and London. Donegal winning that one in the end by 12 points to 5. We'll bring you the team news for Roscommon and Tyrone very shortly indeed, but first we'll go down to the sideline and get some pre-match insight with Angelina.
Thanks so much, Cathal. I'm joined by Joe Leonard, the Tyrone manager. Joe, we're here in Breffni Park. The rain has cleared up, still a little bit windy, but an ideal day for a final.
It's first class, hey, and the venue, you all see it yourself, the venue's absolutely brilliant, so it is, and that's what it's all about. That's what these fellas have been looking forward to get to a good venue, and that's what it's all about.
I remember watching a really strong performance by your lads last year. How are they shaping up this year?
Well, the way I've described them up until today, they're like a pack of greyhounds, and that's the way every one of them is. I think they're all super fit at the minute. It's very, very good. Thanks be to God. There's a couple of boys are wee twinges, but it means nothing to them. Absolutely nothing. You know, so at the minute we have everybody fit. So we're raring to go, and hey, the main thing is, hey, and Roscommon isn't here to make up numbers by no means. They're here on merit. They only drew one game, won every one. We lost one. So everybody sees we're going into favourites, but hey, there's no favourites in football.
You're nearly as good as Kerry at the cuteness, Joe. Listen, it's fantastic, as you said, to have it here at this venue. There's a lovely crowd in, more to come in. It's wonderful.
It's absolutely, that's what I'm saying, brilliant. Because people now wants to be able to go to good roads, to go to good venues, and then you're going to get support. Hey, and that's what the Masters needs, because you know yourself, whenever you see they went to Wayne's and beyond, and now we look after this here, sure, every Wayne loves to see their father playing football, and then some of them see even grannies and grandads. So hey, that's the way it is. That's what I like about it, you know. And you have to give credit to the Masters committee. Hey, it's not easy, and you're never going to keep everybody happy. But I'll tell you one thing, hey, the thing's done, and it's done well.
Well, it is done well, Joe. Very best of luck. Thank you for joining us.
So I hope I'm speaking to you after for everyone.
I'll come looking for you. Joe Leonard, the Tyrone manager there. Love chatting to Joe, and I know we did last year as well. He's nearly as good as the Kerry boys at the cuteness, Cathal. We'll go back to you.
Yeah, very good. Thanks, Angelina, for that. Great to get an insight into the Tyrone camp ahead of throw-in. We've just had some entertainment pre-match as well from the Castlereagh Pipe Band, who've been entertaining the crowd here in front of us. Roscommon just away to our right hand side, as you see on your screen there, in a pre-match huddle, and Tyrone just going through the end of their warm-up. But let's bring you some insight now from the Roscommon camp.
And I've Anthony Cahill here with me. Anthony Carroll, sorry, I'm thinking of it totally away with the fairies. The Roscommon manager. Thanks for coming back to me, Cahill, so quickly. Anthony, listen, I just said to Joe Leonard there from the Tyrone side of things, fantastic venue, nice crowd coming in. It's a great day for a final.
It is, of course, yeah, and it's nice to have a venue that justifies the game. Like, you know, nothing wrong with club pitches, but it's nice to have a county pitch for your final, so it's great. Yeah. The place is looking fabulous, so thanks to Kevin County Board for it.
You've been going really well this year.
We're going grand, yeah, but look, if we're going to win today, really we haven't won anything, so we're going grand, yeah. We're tipping away grand in the league there, and we won 5 games and drew 1, and we won the semi-final, so it's grand, yeah.
It would be very special for Roscommon to win it. We're talking about how much Masters football means to players. I'm sure your squad are no different.
Yeah, sure, every squad is the same, sure. That's why the lads play it. They play it to win it, like, and, you know, it's massive to any county to win it, like, you know. As I'm sure Tyrone mad to win it as well, like, so it's great.
We're looking forward to the game. Listen, thank you, Anthony, for joining us. Anthony Carroll there, the Roscommon manager. We'll let him back to his squad. I think they're just about to line up for the parade. We'll hand it back upstairs again.
Angelina, thank you very much indeed. Great to hear from Anthony ahead of throw-in as well. We're going to have a pre-match parade here too, just before throw-in in this Tier 1 final. Con, talk to us about the favourites, the winners and losers here. Tyrone, I think it's fair to say probably heavy favourites, even though they've tried to play it down there in the pre-match build-up, but they are heavy favourites.
Yeah, I think Joe Leonard there, that was the Kerry version, the Tyrone version of Ayera, so he was trying to shine the light away, but when you see the first man that lines up there, Stephen O'Neill, you see Conor Gormley, you see the likes of Martin McGrath, and they're going for 4 in a row, and a lot of these guys have been there for the last 3, so they're tried and trusted. On the other side, Roscommon are coming with a fresh team. They've really good forwards on show, and looking down there and looking at the team sheet, they've 2 players there. They've Dermot Foley and Conor Byrne. They played 2 tests for Ireland against Australia this year, and Dermot got man of the match in the second game, and Conor got man of the match in the first. So good performers, and then you look at some of the other names on the Roscommon team sheet there as well, and they have county experience, likes of Brian Higgins. I would imagine freshly turned 40. He didn't play last year, and Ian Kilbride, players of that ilk. So Roscommon, as they mentioned there, they're not coming to make up the numbers. They'll have a go at it, but on all known form, it would have to be Tyrone.
You mentioned Kerry at the outset. We were at that final last year down in Kiltoon where Tyrone played Kerry, and we were expecting a really tight game that day, weren't we? But Tyrone controlled that game brilliantly, and they've done that throughout this season as well. They've been really, really good. Really good. They did suffer a defeat early on, but they rectified that. Dublin were flying high. They got them in a semi-final. Tempestuous enough, I think, is the phrase you'd use. But they came through that, and for many people, they would have probably seen that as the likely final. But Roscommon, we all know, Roscommon at all ages can produce good forwards, and if they can get their kicking boots on here, there might be an upset on the cards. And a big squad as well, as you say. Roscommon have 40 players listed in the programme. Tyrone have 34. So we'll run you through the respective starting teams as we have them. There might be 1 or 2 changes to these teams before throw-in, and we'll bring you those as and when we get them. But David Hussey starts in goal for Roscommon. It's Paul Kelly, Conor Byrne and Michael McNamara. Then it's Sean Ryan, Paddy O'Connor and David Delaney. Brian Higgins and Dermot Foley are listed to start in the middle of the park. Niall Connolly, Ronan Cox and Ulton Kelly in the half-forward line. Sean Fahey, Ross Nolan and Seamus Keane complete the Roscommon lineup. As for Tyrone, Colin Toohey starts in goal. It's Damien McKevitt, Aidan Brady and Liam Patterson. Colin McGurk, Conor Gormley and Gary Coney are the half-back line. Martin McGrath and Barry Collins in the middle of the park. Barry Daly, Stephen O'Neill and Mark Donnelly in the half-forward line. Leo Meenan, Michael Anderson and Damien Kelly complete the Tyrone team. I guess what stands out for Tyrone is the presence of Stephen O'Neill on the 40, Conor Gormley on the defensive 40, and then Marty McGrath, who we know from Fermanagh inter-county football down through the years, starts at midfield. Absolutely, it's a great starting point when you go to draw up your team sheet. On Roscommon, the Roscommon team sheet, I see Ian Kilbride is their captain. He's listed at 19. I don't know if he's carrying a knock-in, but I see in the parade out here as well another county man, Jerry Heenahan. You might remember him, Carl. He was a really tricky inside forward. He's starting for Roscommon. He's in the parade out there, so loads to look forward to. Wearing number 22, Jerry Heenahan, and he's amongst the starting 15 there. Just a word on the conditions. The wind did have a big impact in the other final that we had earlier on, Donegal and London. Donegal winning it by 7, 12 points to 5. But interestingly, in that match, both teams played much, much better into the breeze. So we'll wonder if that'll be the case in this final as well. But it is quite significant. As you look at your screen there, it's blowing down to our left-hand side into the goal on the terrace away to our left-hand side. So it'll be interesting to see who lines up with that in the first half. We can see that Ian Kilbride is actually at the top of that parade there, Con, for Roscommon. So whether that means that he's starting or not, I'm not sure. It doesn't look to be moving particularly well, actually. No, the knee, he's got his knee strapped. Yeah. So let's see whether that will... hopefully he is, because he like on the big open, he's not moving well at all, but on the big open pitch there, a guy with an engine like Ian Kilbride always keeps himself in fantastic shape. An excellent player for Roscommon, and especially for his club St. Bridget's through the years. You'd like to see him in this final. But back to the wind, even the man of the match from Donegal referenced it, Nigel McMonigal, and the fact that Donegal with the breeze didn't score for the first 20 minutes. They were trying to force things, over kicking and put themselves under pressure. So it is a factor when you're going to win that strong. It's always a conversation about whether you go with it, whether you go against it, and then how teams apply the use of it. Well, now on this Saturday afternoon at Kingspan, Breffni and Cavan, we pause for Aron Naveen. scene now set. Our match referee will be Ray McBrien. He's going to take charge of this final, just on a wider sense, Colin. Great sense of occasion, isn't there, about this match?
Super, and the venue adds to that, and there's a really big crowd here. A lot of Roscommon people in particular coming through to support their team here, and if we get a tight game, it'll lift the rafters here. A great crowd down here in front of us. Good conditions, yes, it's windy, but it's dry, which is a big bonus. Looking at both sides, both look very fit. You wouldn't be surprised with the body makeup of these teams if you were going to see a senior club game, you know. So I'd imagine it will be a big step up even in pace from the first game we had here today. Yeah,
really looking forward to this one. You're very welcome wherever you're watching us on the stream on this Saturday afternoon, and hope you enjoy what is about to unfold over the next 75 or 80 minutes. The Dr. Mick Loftus Cup on offer for the winner. Tyrone looking to complete a 4 in a row of titles here this afternoon. It's going to be Tyrone playing into the breeze in the first half, so a chance for Roscommon here to lay down a marker early on and get a few scores on the board. Looking forward in particular, Con, I'm sure you are as well as a midfielder, that battle between Dermot Foley and Martin McGrath in the middle of the field.
Oh, that should be a clinker. Yeah, Dermot Foley is all energy, you know, non-stop go, and we also know the Tyrone man is, yeah, well, the Fermanagh man that's playing for Tyrone is a fair operator.
And the two of them hit the deck straight away. We're underway in this Tier 1 final, and Tyrone into possession straight away. Stephen O'Neill dishes that one off as far as his wing back Colin McGurk. Good start here from Tyrone. Look at the pace that they've got already up inside the 21 metre line. Chance for this shot here, difficult angle. That'll be some score if they get it, and Tyrone have got it. It's from their full forward Michael Anderson. How about that for a start? 20 seconds on the watch, and Tyrone lead by a point to no score.
Super score and a difficult angle, and the wind, he didn't even think about it. With the left foot off the left hand side, a tricky effort from that angle, but a super score to get Tyrone up and running.
Roscommon just taking their time here with the kick out. Had to go retrieve the ball. Just taking a look away to our left hand side off screen. It doesn't look like Tyrone are playing with a +1 at the back, even though they're playing into the breeze. They've gone man to man. And the kick out now for Roscommon, wearing 16 in goal, I think, is John McHugh. So clips that one out towards the middle of the park. It's a good kick out as well. Run off the shoulder there of Brian Higgins, but Higgins hangs on to possession, and now Roscommon get a couple of early touches. This is Dermot Foley. Had a great game last year against Mayo in that final that we brought to you live from Roscommon last year. Now a chance to build up here for the Rossies in the middle. Conor Byrne takes a hold of it, looking to pick a pass inside. This is good build-up play. Ger Heenahan, runner coming off the shoulder down the middle. Can the Rossies get off the mark here? Tyrone flooding back into the D with bodies. One of them is Stephen O'Neill, and they defend that one very nicely indeed. That was looking rather ominous. Conor Byrne found himself in a bit of space, and here come Tyrone now on the counter-attack. Hand pass goes forward as far as Colin McGurk, who's made a very good start. He's been involved in a couple of plays. Barry Daly's ball is a rather aimless one though, and Roscommon tidy it back in their own full back line. Dermot Foley looking up here for an option. There's not a whole lot on in front of him. A couple of Roscommon players behind him, all right. Good tackling here from Tyrone, and they might just have won the turnover. They have. Conor Gormley's onto it. There might be a goal on here for Tyrone. Mark Donnelly started this. Mark Donnelly for Tyrone, and it's into the back of the net. And it all came from a Roscommon turnover in a really poor area of the field. But you've got to give credit to Mark Donnelly for winning the ball back and then dispatching it to the net. And how about that for a start? Into the wind. Tyrone already 4 points in front.
Well, we mentioned that there might be a step up in pace, and you could see it there where there was time on the ball in the first game. There's none here. Roscommon got caught flat-footed. Turnover, exchange of passes with Conor Gormley, and Donnelly made no mistake, kept it low, and no chance at all for the netminder for David Hussey, and goals for Roscommon. And that's exactly the start Tyrone would have wanted and Roscommon would have dreaded.
So 4 points the margin already. And Tyrone have started this game really, really well as they look to collect a 4th Masters title in a row. Now they are playing with a +1. Just off screen we can see Damien Kelly wearing 15, starting a corner forward. He's the man back there sweeping in front, and he's actually got involved there to prevent this Roscommon attack going any further. Marty McGrath's back there as well. This is Barry Collins. Roscommon getting the challenges in, but illegally so, says Ray McBrien. And now Gormley with the free. Goes short as far as Mark Donnelly. Real purpose about Tyrone in these early stages. Big challenge coming in on McGrath from his opposite number, Brian Higgins. And that, well, it might well be a card. The referee's got the notebook out. I think he's going to let it go. But McGrath certainly felt that one.
Yeah, frontal charge there by Higgins, letting McGrath. I know he wasn't just going to waltz down the centre of the Roscommon defence, and maybe that's what Roscommon needed, just to get a breather there, get set at the back and reorganise themselves. But Tyrone have torn into this game.
Free will be taken, it looks like, by Conor Gormley when we get back underway. McGrath, yeah, he's limping fairly gingerly away from that one. Should be okay to continue, but he certainly felt it. Conor Gormley gets us back underway. Good run here from Stephen O'Neill. Might just be outside shooting range. Oh, he's picked a lovely ball in, and now it's a chance for the point. Oh, they've put it wide, actually. That was from Michael Anderson. He'd be disappointed with that. But how about the pass in from Stephen O'Neill? We saw that actually last year too, didn't we, against Kerry, just picking up those pockets of space, and you just can't give him that much time.
What a man to pick the locks, and it didn't look like there was anything on there, but the weight of the pass was just absolutely beautiful inside. And you know, Tyrone will be disappointed. Michael Anderson had a great chance to fist that over, and fair play to the St. Ronan's man, Michael McNamara. Is it? He's down as Michael McNamara on this, so that's his full name, but he did really well to get a challenge in to make sure there wasn't a score off of that.
Roscommon have one possession from their own kick out. You'd feel like they just need a score here. We've only played 5 minutes, but Tyrone in the early ascendancy. Ger Heenan was making a run there inside. Conor Gormley, well, he wasn't in too much of a rush, was he, to get away from the scene of that free. The referee is going to have it retaken, and away we go again. Yeah, hello to Trillick Drone Productions. Big shout out to the Tyrone team and all the Trillick boys, former player and current reserve manager Blue McInnesby with that message. So hello to you and thank you for joining us. If you want to get in touch, you can do on the stream. Here's a chance for Ger Heenan. Oh, that's a cracker from Ger Heenan. Well, Con, you mentioned him as one of the stars of the Roscommon team over the years, and that's as good a point as you'll see today.
And he's very lively looking inside. He's looking for the ball all the time. He's pointing left and right. And if Roscommon can get possession and feed him in there, they will profit. But you'd imagine Tyrone will react fairly quick to that, and the +1 will come sitting right in front of him. Ger
Heenan of Gary Castle and Westmeath. Break spills in the middle. Marty McGrath was in there. The referee's giving Tyrone an advantage here. Oh, there's a high challenge actually coming in from Ronan Cox there, and that'll be a free for Tyrone inside their own half. Now they look to start an attack with Damien McDevitt. They've got 2 men inside in the full forward line away to our right, just off camera, Tyrone. This is the man that's come out of the full forward line. Damien Kelly picks a nice pass down as far as Stephen O'Neill. Toe to hand for O'Neill. Another foot pass inside. It's a really good one. And Tyrone looking for the free. They've got it. Leo Meenan was the player fouled. Again, Stephen O'Neill at the heart of it.
Beautiful pass. Again, it didn't look like there was anything on, but the weight of his pass just bounces up perfectly and into the path there of Mark Donnelly. Again, he attacked the ball really well, and Conor Byrne had no choice really but to put in a challenge, and when he did, it was an illegal one.
And Leo Meenan has put this one on the turf. It's right on the whitewash of the 21-metre line and virtually straight in front of the post. Shouldn't be an issue here, and Meenan drops that one over the bar. So 1-2 to no score, or to a point rather. 4 points the margin. 7 minutes almost played now in the first half, but Roscommon, remember, playing with the aid of a very significant breeze. Yeah,
you look at it, they do need to get a march on here, but Tyrone again very good in possession. Stephen O'Neill there as the playmaker, and you can see all over the pitch Tyrone a big fit physical side.
Kick out coming towards the stand side. 2 Tyrone players in there. That's really well won by Barry Collins. Then he's under pressure from a collection of Roscommon players. Ray McBrien awarding the free to Tyrone. And away they go now on the attack again. They're just so lively in possession. They've moved it with a real purpose in the early stages here. Down into the full forward line again. And this is Michael Anderson who kicked the opening point of the match. Meenan has made a good start in the corner. Here he is again. Anderson looking to drive it in on top of Stephen O'Neill. No way through. O'Neill's looking for a free there. Felt like he was impeded by the defender, but the referee doesn't agree. And away come Roscommon now, but they've just a little bit sloppy in possession. They've done well to get a hold and retrieve the situation again. And now Roscommon have a free. It's 2-on-2 in the forward line down to our left-hand side, but, well, probably the sensible option just to try and keep a hold of possession here.
And they now have 2 sweepers back inside in that 45.
The Rossies coming down the middle. McGrath with the foul this time on Ronan Cox of the St. Michael's Club. And yeah, you're right, there's 2 extra defenders back there now for Tyrone, just to repel Roscommon in this first half.
And we can see there too the Tyrone, Aidan Brady back in there, and he's been trying to test Ger Heenan's jersey. He's pulling him around the place. Heenan is full of movement in there.
The umpire's watching on closely as here's Ian Kilbride, picks out the ball inside, and now the referee awarding the free. There was a tug, I think, there on Sean Fahy it was. The referee spotting that one, so he's alive to that in there. And Roscommon have a free and a good chance to close the gap down to a goal.
Yeah, nice inside movement there from the two inside forwards for Roscommon. We've got Meenan and you've got Fahy there that won that free. Very, very good, and Heenan. So if they can get possession and deliver it in quick, there's profit in there for them.
That one popped over the bar by Sean Fahy after he won the free himself, and Roscommon get their second point of the game. So 1-2 to 2. The goal coming from Mark Donnelly after the opening couple of minutes, and Tyrone in the ascendancy, but a long, long way left to go here at Kingspan Breffni. Kick out coming from Colin Toohey, inviting one there for the midfielders. Good break on that one from Brian Higgins of Elphin, and Roscommon win the break. Much better from the Connacht men now in the last few minutes, and just as I say that, a bit of a loose hand pass. Mark Donnelly, who got that goal via a turnover, almost turning over the ball there again. Long Route 1 ball inside this time, well anticipated by Aidan Brady. And Tyrone snuff out the danger. We actually didn't see too many Route 1 balls in the first game here when teams were playing with the wind, either from either Donegal or London. Gormley, lovely pass forward to Stephen O'Neill. Oh, this is good from Tyrone now. Can they make the most of it? Mark Donnelly showing a clean pair of heels to the defender, and now across to Barry Daly. Difficult angle here for him, but he negotiates it perfectly. That's a beautiful score from Tyrone. Just brilliant build-up play, and it's their third point. 1-3 to 2 now.
Oh, brilliant, clean, efficient football, the way they moved that. Conor Gormley to Stephen O'Neill. How many times has that pass been executed at all levels through the years? Plays it inside then to our goal scorer. Mark Donnelly is real threat, real pace. He dishes it off to the other wing forward, Barry Daly, and finishes with a lovely score.
So Roscommon find themselves 4 points down again. 1-3 to 2. It's been a very entertaining opening 10 minutes. Stephen O'Neill watched that one all the way, cuts out the ball forward from Roscommon, and away go Tyrone again. Good hand in from the Roscommon full-back Conor Byrne to halt the progress ever so slightly, but now it's with Gary Coney down in the corner. Difficult angle here. Remember, Tyrone into the breeze, so probably not a shooting opportunity. Stephen O'Neill takes it off the shoulder. O'Neill has been involved here in Cavan in a coaching capacity in recent years. Ball all the way back now to Gary Coney again. Roscommon have flooded 13 players in behind the ball. Kilbride is the furthest forward, gets a challenge in on Gormley. Now it's Marty McGrath. It's all very congested there. McGrath does well to get out of a tight area, and there's a pocket of space now for Tyrone. It might just open up here for the shot. Can they find the range? The answer is no. Damien Kelly was off target, off balance as he struck that one off target.
Textbook up until then how you deal with a blanket defence. The way they moved it over and back, the execution was excellent, the handling was very good. They found a pocket of space. The challenge on Kelly made it difficult for him and just wide, but again excellent from Tyrone. Roscommon, you know, they're the authors of their own misfortune in a way, with turnovers coming out of the back. We've seen a few of those, and against a team as you know, as tigerish and attacking as Tyrone, that can be fatal.
Here comes the kick out for Roscommon. Cries of "come on Roscommon" from the stand in front of us. Big Rossi's crowd has travelled to Cavan Town today to support their team. Free for Kilbride here. He's going to move it quickly. Ball down in front of his corner forward. It's a good one as well. Sean Fahy has looked lively so far. Fahy thinking about the shot. He had two defenders on him, and now the ball inside to Heenan. Oh, Heenan's pass. He was looking for the run of Dermot Foley, but Conor Gormley does really well to win it, and now he's won himself a free.
Brilliant by Gormley with the interception. Heenan was coming. He knew Heenan had the speed. He just stepped across his lane and drew the foul, and you know, all the experience coming there. But there was a goal chance on there because Brian Higgins, the Elphin man, had burrowed through. He was gone inside. If Heenan could have taken a step around Conor Gormley, easier said than done, and laid off the hand pass, there was a chance of a goal.
Tyrone have another free just inside their own 65-metre line, and this just helps them wind down the clock as well as they're playing into the breeze. Stephen O'Neill is on the march again. He's had a very good start here. Ball picked up now by Barry Daly. Has a point already, the Carrickmore man. Shifts it quickly. This man has a goal. Mark Donnelly runs at the initial challenge. Donnelly now around the challenge, and now Tyrone with the free as well. And, well, they look so lively in possession, don't they? And that man in particular, Mark Donnelly.
Mark Donnelly, and we had it again there. Gormley to O'Neill to Donnelly, the trio there linking up again. And Donnelly, the pace of him, and it's hard to deal with pace at any level, but when you get to over 40, like Donnelly is not the kind of guy you want to see coming at you.
So free for Tyrone. Is there anything you feel Roscommon can do a little bit better here? They are 4 points down with the wind.
Well, Garden, they're a little bit lax around the half-back line. They've turned over 2 or 3 balls there when they're coming out, but other than that, you just have to say Tyrone, it's hard to find a weakness in them. The 2 inside forwards for Roscommon seem to have a march on the 2 men inside, even when they have cover back there, but it's trying to get the ball in there is the issue.
That free was popped over, by the way, by Barry Daly, so Roscommon now find themselves 1-4 to 2 points down, playing with the breeze. They've brought in a substitute. Wearing number 30 is Adrian Frayne, so he's in. And making way is Sean Ryan from the Castlereagh St. Kevin's club. And away we go again. Roscommon have got their kickouts away. Dermot Foley made the march there on Marty McGrath, and then Foley fouled as he made his way out. That was a challenge from Damien Kelly.
Yeah, Frayne coming on there, so they're trying to put some kind of manners on Mark Donnelly on the far side, but I don't know who's going to be able to do that. He really is a live wire.
Gorgeous foot pass inside into the basket of Sean Fahy. Now he's going to take this on here, took the attacking mark. This is a difficult angle, and that breeze is really whipping over his left shoulder here. This will be some kick if he can get it. Fahy has a point already. This one will drop just underneath the crossbar. Well gathered by the Tyrone goalkeeper, Colin Toohey. And away come Tyrone again now. They've got such pace when they move the ball through the hand. Runners coming left, right and centre. The 3-in-a-row champions looking for their 4th title in a row this afternoon. Donegal beat London in the plate final earlier on by 12 points to 5. And we've got a pair of finals next weekend as well. We'll bring you details of that a little bit later on. But we'll keep our full focus now on this Tier 1 final for 2024. Tyrone on the attack again with Colin McGurk. Moves it across as far as Barry Collins. He's looking for a pass inside. There's loads of space here from Michael Anderson. Mind you, it's down in the corner. 2 Rossies for company now. One of them is Brian Higgins. Anderson has to come all the way around and waits for the onrushing Colin McGurk. McGrath turns away from the first challenge, then gets away from a couple more as well. The hand pass then lets him down at the very, very end, but then it's won back by Tyrone and they might get a shot away yet. Damien Kelly has the space here. Kelly, difficult angle, but a beautifully kicked score, and Tyrone kick it over the bar again. That's 5 of their 6 starting forwards that have scored. The man that hasn't been on the mark yet, Stephen O'Neill, but he's been heavily involved in general play. Tyrone 1-5, Roscommon 2 points.
And it looked like the first major turnover from Tyrone. You don't see them doing it often, so Roscommon had won the ball back, but straight away the next 10 passes intercepted and a score results.
McGrath unable to stop Foley this time. Foley driving forward here, trying to inspire his team. Runs into Stephen O'Neill. Referee allows play continue. Foley's continued his run here, but Roscommon keep a hold of possession. Ulton Kelly gets involved. This is Sean Fahy. Oh, just a bit ambitious there with that. The run was being made by Kelly around the back, but the execution a little bit off, and Tyrone now building up here from the back. Plenty of options here. Every time a Tyrone man has the ball, Barry Collins has Damien Kelly for support, and there's 1-on-1 in the inside line, but Tyrone opt to keep a hold of it out here. Barry Collins again comes all the way back around to Barry Daly, who has kicked 2 points. Tyrone readying a sub down on the sideline as well. Martin Brannigan is stripped and ready to come in. Nice ball down as far as Stephen O'Neill. Oh, he's away from the challenge of Delaney here now. It's opening up for Tyrone. Will they try and settle for the point? O'Neill clips it across. It might be a goal. Anderson, and it's into the back of the net. It's a goal, but was that a square ball? The umpire's a little bit hesitant in waving the flag. I think Ray McBrien's going to go in and speak to them about that.
In fairness, it didn't look like Michael Anderson had to move an awful lot to get that ball, so first instinct would be that he was in the square. Brilliant ball across from O'Neill again on the money.
Yeah, perfect. Now, let's see what the end result will be here. Anderson, the man to finish the ball to the net. He kicked the opening score of the match. And it looks like this goal is going to stand. Yeah, it's going to stand. So it's a second goal for Tyrone, scored by Michael Anderson. And well, 2-5 to 2 points now. And remember, Tyrone into the breeze in this first half. They couldn't have dreamed of a better start. And Roscommon now really under pressure.
Well, you mentioned he hasn't scored yet, but what he has contributed to this game is foot passing. It's unbelievable. He's like a lad, you know, throwing darts from 2 foot away from the board, and he's kicking passes on the money every time.
Roscommon desperately need a point. Might they get one here? Oh, they might have preferred had that been allowed continue. Sean Fahey had spun away from the challenge. On the run on the outside now is the man wearing number 30, Adrian Frayne. Ball coming back around. Here's a shooting opportunity, maybe from the top of the D. Look at the pressure Tyrone are applying there on the centre half forward, Ronan Cox. Just as he got that shot away, it was half blocked down, and now Tyrone come away with possession again. They've been almost faultless in the early stages here, Tyrone. We've only played, well, we're into the 20th minute now, and they already lead by 2-5 to 2 points.
Seem to have the answer everywhere, and you know, they're in fantastic physical shape. The movement is unbelievable, and you can see that when they're forced to get back, the numbers that they get back around the ball, and their tigerish defending, they're just really on it, and it's tough on Roscommon. You know, you would expect Tyrone to win this. You couldn't see this happening though. 20 minutes gone, Roscommon with a good strong wind, and it's been all Tyrone.
Let's see what the Rossies can muster here. Forward to Ger Heenahan. He's taking on, well, if that was a shot, it's quite a way off target. It's first wide for Roscommon, I make it. And still, they're waiting to add to their tally of 2 points. Tyrone running in a sub or two now. Introduced just off camera, Johnny O'Neill wearing 18. Marty McGrath is making way. I wonder, is McGrath moving at 100%? He did pick up a knock, didn't he, earlier on with a hefty challenge. Doesn't look to be too bad coming off there.
No, he doesn't. He looks a little bit lame. I'd say that belt has affected him, but it's not affecting Tyrone.
Oh, that's a brilliant take from the kick out, and driving forward now, Damien McDevitt helping set up another attack down as far as Barry Daly. Down into this right corner forward position. Hand pass coming in, or foot pass rather. And now the loose ball picked up by Brian Higgins. Thank you all for your comments coming in. Joseph Davis, best of luck to the Roscommon players and management, and plenty of Roscommon supporters getting in touch, but not going well for the Rossies so far. 2-5 for Tyrone, 2 points for Roscommon, and the Rossies playing with the breeze in this first half, but they have what, 8.5 minutes to try and add a few scores on before the break.
And they could really do with a linked man in the half-forward line, but it's hard to get someone that's going to get ball off of Conor Gormley. Trying to do it here now.
David Delaney shifts it forward as far as Ronan Cox. Cox is away from the first challenge, now needs some support, but well, there was nothing coming in terms of support. But he's got himself a free, that direct running, drawing the foul.
And you can see that call in the game. Roscommon are getting it up, you know, to the halfway. They're finding trouble to get the next pass off to a guy in space. Tyrone are flooding back there around the 45, and if a fella does get possession, just like we saw there when the ball was played through to Cox, there's Tyrone men everywhere. A free conceded at that stage, but it's very difficult for them to open the locks, whereas when it goes down the other side, Stephen O'Neill is winning ball at centre forward, turning, and then he's delivering beautiful ball to the inside forwards.
Free to be taken when we resume by Ger Heenahan. Good to see Cox back up on his feet, and now it will be Heenahan from the top of the D, so virtually the perfect kicking position here, you would say. Wind at his back, and Heenahan off the right boot has put that wide. Now the umpire, I think, has spotted something in there. He's calling the referee into him, but the wide is disappointing for Roscommon. You would have bet a fair amount of money that Heenahan would knock that one over.
This could be a chat for the Tyrone full-back, I would imagine, because I know that Heenahan has been onto the umpires there, that he's getting the jersey well and truly tested, but we'll see what happens. They're having a conversation here about it. I wouldn't be surprised if there's a talk to be had with Aidan Brady after this conflab at the goals.
Yeah, the umpire had his hand up, didn't he, straight away as that free was taken. You spotted that happening off the ball, Con. I think it's just a talking to for Aidan Brady and Ger Heenahan. Yeah, so there won't be a card.
I'm sure Jorheenan is saying, ref, what would I be pulling his jersey for? Why are you talking to me?
Good kick out from Colin Toohey. Again, really inviting one to try and claim it. How about that for a catch from Johnny O'Neill? Plucked it from the afternoon sky, and Tyrone with the free. Daly moves it forward as far as Mark Donnelly. Better from Roscommon this time. They've won the turnover. They've won a free now as well.
Conor Byrne is the heart of a lion there. We could see he was contesting for the kick out that was well fielded by the Tyrone man, but he got back there to win the ball back. He won't want for hunger anyway, that's for sure with Conor. Nothing on ahead of him though. Here we go.
Nice little pass inside as far as Ronan Cox. Good injection of pace here from the substitute, David Kelly from Boyle. Cox now going route one, but that being pulled back when no advantage was coming.
The referee, Ray McBride, has done a really good job on this. You know, the fact that we haven't mentioned him at all is a good sign to start with, but good display of the advantage rule there. Advantage to Roscommon, and when the kick was intercepted, he brought it back.
Kick to be taken here by Paddy O'Connor. Takes it quickly. Sean Fahy has looked very lively in this first half. Back to O'Connor again. Adrian Frayne. David Delaney. Tyrone have 14 players in behind the ball here. Brian Higgins inside the cover momentarily, then taking on the shot. It won't have the full distance, and watching it all the way was Colin Toohey. Roscommon maybe just running out of ideas a little bit. Taking on that long range shot, there wasn't a whole lot else on. And Mark Donnelly will take Tyrone forward on the counter. Daly bounces off the first challenge now, he has the free. And Conor Gormley will take it. Really well drilled Tyrone team, and evidence of that all the way through so far. Nice hand pass inside as far as Barry Collins. And now Mark Donnelly gets involved again down that central channel. Oh, that's a big challenge coming in. I think there was a slip in there as well, which made it worse. And it'll be a Tyrone free. Donnelly looks okay. The Roscommon player all right as well.
Donnelly, of course, who played senior for Tyrone, he looks in fantastic shape. He's all over the pitch and very lively.
Stephen O'Neill is at it again, plays a lovely ball into the path of Ryan Quinn. Quinn along the end line, good block down back there this time by Roscommon. They had the extra defender there, that was the cornerback Paul Kelly from Porrick Pierce is getting involved, and now Roscommon looking to build a bit of momentum from that little defensive intervention. Dermot Foley has been battling hard, as he always does for Roscommon, trying to get away from the challenge here of Johnny O'Neill. It's still Dermot Foley. Not a whole lot on in front of him. He's wrapped up by the challenges and fouled. Gary Coney just came through the back of him there. And Roscommon have the free just inside that 45-metre line. Ger Heenahan and Sean Fahy are the two men in the inside line. They've got three defenders for company. Cox goes for the return here. That's much, much better. Now, can he finish it off with a score? That is
score.
Ronan Cox with a delightful point off the outside of his right boot. Much better from Roscommon. That's Cox's first of the game. And that closes the gap down slightly. 2-5 to 3.
And great credit there to Dermot Foley, because he launched it, you know, from 145 up to the other. There was nothing on inside the Tyrone. When he looked up, there was no Roscommon man free. Tyrone were doing their marking duties, but a lovely exchange of passes then with Ronan Cox. He provided the pillar player. He received it, gave it back to him, and Cox with an outstanding score.
So a small step in the right direction for Roscommon, but Tyrone very much in control. Roscommon playing with the breeze. That kick out's just hanging in the air, and Roscommon have won the break. This is better now from the Rossies. Ball inside to Heenahan. Tries to get the shot away first time. Brilliant defending from Damien McDevitt. Got the arm in to block it down, but Roscommon had the advantage, so now they have the free.
Perhaps a little like Donegal, they're getting a purple patch towards the end of the half, but whereas Donegal started on 22 minutes, there's only 2 minutes left in the first half here, when Roscommon seem to have got a bit of momentum.
And Roscommon will have this free now in just a second. It's is that a black card? Looks like a black card for Tyrone. And that's been dished out in the direction, I think, of Martin Brannigan. So maybe there was a block in there that we didn't quite spot. But that could well be a boost to Roscommon here, heading towards half-time and into the second half as well. Martin Brannigan, black-carded.
Yeah, I didn't see it. Again, there was a cluster of players there. I was following the ball, but you'd imagine for a black card, a third-man tackle of some sort must have been in play.
So potentially light at the end of the tunnel here at the end of this first half for Roscommon. They need to get this score, though. They missed a free from here earlier on. Sean Fahy this time is taking this one. Inside the D this time, and Fahy this time finds the range for Roscommon. That's his second point of the game, and it brings them back a little bit closer. 2-5-4 now.
Good to see Roscommon bringing a bit to it. You know, that they haven't settled at all. And again, it is a final. I know these guys are experienced, and a lot of them are county experience, but it can have an impact. Tyrone All-Ireland finals are nothing new to these guys. This is they're going for 4 on the trot. This is Roscommon's first.
Kick out from 2. He's a long one. He's pinging this one out on top of his big midfielder Barry Collins, and racing onto the break is Barry Daly. Then loses possession and Roscommon win it. The Rossies have come into it a little bit now in the last few minutes. Collins wasn't getting out of the way in time, so this free will be brought forward towards Fahy again. Slides in there. I don't think you can have too many complaints about that one. Again, good defending from Tyrone.
Yeah, very tight defending, like a corner forward making a run out like that to the 45. You think he'll get an easy ball, but not when you've Liam Patterson, and he's been on all the Tyrone All-Ireland winning teams of the previous 3 years. He's a real stalwart with them, and he knows his trade. I've been very impressed with the inside line for Roscommon. Sean Fahy has been very, very good. Heenan as well, but you know they're not getting it easy in there either.
And no added time at all at the end of this first half, so that's the half-time whistle from Ray McBrien, and Tyrone well on top. 2-5-4 points, the half-time score here at Kingspan Breffni in Cavan in the Dr. Mick Loftus Cup Final for 2024, the Tier 1 final in Masters football. The goals coming from Mark Donnelly and Michael Anderson in that first half, and really Tyrone setting the tone from the off when they got that goal through Mark Donnelly so early on in this first half.
Oh, they're excellent, and you know, if you're looking from a Roscommon point of view, they're going in at half time. Where do you pick the weakness out? Where do you go to attack? Because there is no weakness. They don't give the ball away. They've got great pace. They're strong around the middle. They're quick in on breaks, and when they get up into the attacking side of things, a ball into Stephen O'Neill, and if there's any movement inside at all, and there's loads of it, he will pick out the perfect pass. He's been central to all they've done up front. Roscommon, you know, showed glimpses. We saw that opening score, a brilliant score from Heenan. We've also seen Fahy has a bit about him inside, but they're losing the battle. They're losing the battle, especially when they get into that half-forward line. Conor Gormley and the rest and co, that they get back there. They're well on top in that area and launching a lot of attacks from there. So with the win now, it's hard to see how Roscommon can forge their way back in here. Yeah. It's hard to see where the goal is going to come from, but the proud Rossies, they're not going to bend the knee. They'll come out and give it a go.
I was just going to ask you, Con, in terms of what Roscommon could do in the second half to get themselves back into it. They are into the breeze, as you say, as well. But Tyrone down a player. They've got that black card for Martin Brannigan, so they'll be without him for 7 or 8 minutes at the start of the second half. Is there any glimpse you can offer to Roscommon heading into the second half? It's
very difficult because it's going to be hard to get quick ball inside into the end. Like Heenan does look lively, and I'd say if they could have got ball in front of him or to the side of him, he could have taken Brady on. They never really got the ball in to ask that question. He got a point early on. It's goals that they need now. It's hard to see how they're going to get it in there. The idea of putting a big man in, Aidan Brady would love that. He's a huge man himself. That you know, I'd say he'd put the feet up if he saw a big fella coming on top of him. He'd wrestle with him all day. So it really is difficult.
Okay, half-time score here, 2-5 for Tyrone, 4 points for Roscommon. Let's go down to pitch side and join Angelina.
Thanks so much, Cathal and Con. I'm joined here by Paddy Donaghy from London Tower Cranes. I know that you've been great supporters of the Masters Championship. I see the ads in the programme today. What a spectacle we have here today, Paddy.
Listen, it's fantastic. When you look around you here, all these people, Breffni Park's fantastic. For us today to roll up here and play our game, it was brilliant. It was amazing.
I know the result was disappointing, but each year, and I was in Dublin last year for the final involving London. The passion, the commitment from these lads, they really enjoy playing, don't they?
Look, we were at Stansted Airport. I think most of us there at 5 o'clock this morning, so there was a lot of lads who were up in the early hours. And yeah, look, we put in the effort, we put in the training, and they come back year on year. We start early, we start in January, so the effort's there, the passion's still there.
the body's getting worn. We're getting hammered every year, but we keep coming back. And I have to give it to our lads. You know, they put in a fantastic effort. You have to take your hats off to them. I think they've travelled 4 or 5 times over this year. You know, and it's great for the lads to come over to London too. They get a bit of a night out, I'd say, sometimes 2 nights. So yeah, look, for us, long may it continue. And they do a fantastic job here, John, Pat and all the guys. The work that goes into it, you know, you have to take your hats off to them. It's really, really fantastic.
What do you think makes it so attractive for the guys? Because what you mentioned there, and Kenneth mentioned it in the post-match interview as well, you know, flying at 4 or 5 o'clock this morning and coming and playing a game, and it's full on, you know, it's intense. There's intensity here for anyone who's watching it, they'll know that. What do you think makes it so attractive for them?
Look, a lot of us are still playing with our clubs in London, so, and with kids coming through, so, you know, you just keep building the momentum. That's what we're doing, you know. Coming to stadiums like this here makes it all worthwhile. Although we didn't get the result, we've had Donegal. We played them probably 3 or 4 times lately. We won 1. I think there was maybe a draw and then maybe won the other one. So, you know, it's just great fun. There's great energy within the team. You know, we're going to get on a bus now. We're going to head back to London. We'll probably stop for a few pints along the way, and it's just great crack. You know, we have battled with lads all through the championship and league with these lads for years in London, and now you're joined together and you're playing with them. So that's what it's all about, you know. Camaraderie in London football is great. So we just keep building on it.
Long may it continue. What time is the alarm set for in the morning?
Tomorrow morning.
Yeah.
We'll have to go to Mass, won't we?
Oh, it's Sunday. Yeah, I keep thinking today is Sunday. Yeah.
We'll go to Mass, yeah.
Oh, good early start, so Paddy. Listen, thank you so much.
Thank you very, very much.
That's brilliant. Paddy there joining us. The London Tower Cranes, of course, huge supporters of all the Gaelic Masters crew. John Pat Sheridan is here as well. I'm going to bring into shot while I have you, John Pat. Listen, I mentioned there to Paddy the support I know from London Tower Cranes, but to see London back over again, we spoke about this last year before we talk about the entire day. Fantastic to see them and to see such a huge panel.
Yeah, like bear in mind that they left their homes, their beds at 3 o'clock this morning to fly into Dublin, to travel 2 hours down to Kingspan Breffni Park. That's what you call the commitment they have to the Gaelic Masters.
John Pat, what a day. This pitch, I mean, it is like a carpet. It's bone dry. You're in the home of Cavan football. Fantastic facility, great crowd. Amazing.
Well, I suppose, first and foremost, without the generosity of the Cavan County Board and all the clubs in Cavan, we wouldn't be here today, because the 2 championship matches starting at 5 o'clock this evening here. So that takes great commitment on behalf of the clubs in Cavan and the Cavan County Board to give the Gaelic Masters the use of the facilities, and we're delighted to be here to showcase our 2 finals.
That'll tell you the condition of the pitch, though. There isn't a blade of grass out of place, and 2 more championship games later.
Yeah, well, that's down to the maintenance and the people that look after the Breffni Park here. And we would have played here a number of years ago before with previous finals back in the day, and I'd expect nothing less. But I suppose on the flip side of that is, with the sheer volume of club football in every county, it's difficult for the likes of the Gaelic Masters to get into grounds like this for a final, because of just the sheer demand on it, and we respect the Cavan County boards on that.
Listen, John Pat, the effort that's put in, all of the players speak about, you know, any of them I've interviewed here or management, the huge respect they have for ye as a governing body to organise this year in, year out. The standard of football is fantastic year in, year out. And I'm sure it's not easy work at times.
No, it's not easy work, but for talk's sake, like we had the Australian rules team earlier in the year. We had 3 teams, over 40s, over 50s, and we had our ladies team from Ireland, first time ever. So, like, it's a revolving door. We've been going, you know what I mean, for nearly 2 years now. We've also 6 counties in the hurling this year. They're up and running, and we'll have a final coming in October. So that's the first time hurling has gotten back on track. So, and there's an awful lot of people, or maybe a small group of people in the engine room of running this in the background, and that's, you know what I mean, we strive to improve on what we do. We don't always get things right, but we strive to get things right, and it's for sheer enjoyment.
Sponsors are hugely important too, aren't they?
Yeah, without you know what I mean, London Tower Crane, you wouldn't be here, and we wouldn't be here, and also probably there's an opening out there going forward for more sponsors to be involved with the Gaelic Masters, with the hurling coming on board and everything, and we'll be looking at that. But it's basically, if we're about sponsorship, the main thing is it's for family, friends, enjoyment. You know what I mean? That's what the Gaelic Masters is all about. You've played all your football at 40, and as some of the lads inside said, like, they never thought they'd get a chance to play in Kingspan Breffni Park at 40. So, you know what I mean? It's an opportunity and they're taking it, you know.
When you look at the crowd today, what I noticed were the families, as you said, coming in. You know, the kids, some of them have parents playing and all of that. It's a wonderful atmosphere.
Yeah, well, I couldn't but mention Maggie Farrell here from Cavan and Jimmy Galligan. They're two stalwarts here in Cavan, like, you know what I mean? And they're involved in the Cavan County Board. And like, when you look at the crowd here today, you know, it's a long time since we've been on grounds like this. And, you know what I mean? It's great that people showed the support, come out and support the finals, you know what I mean? And like next week, we're down in Longford in Drumlish. So we're away again next week.
I'll tell you, John Pat, I don't know when you get home for a break at all.
I'm hoping to be home about 8 o'clock tonight in Mayo.
I hope so too. That's John Pat Sheridan of the Gaelic Masters, chatting to us on what is a fantastic day, wonderful atmosphere here at Breffni Park, and we'll hand it back upstairs to Cathal and Con.
Thank you, Angelina. Great to hear from John Pat there as well, and Paddy Donaghy as well. Just to expand on some of the stuff that they were talking about down there, Con, because you've been involved at committee level for a long time as well. But the growth of Masters football over the last number of years, just reading the programme there, over 20 counties now involved. It's fantastic. Yeah, and of course with that comes huge work, and the man that was just talking down there, John Pat, he carries a lot of it. He's a good executive around him as well. But there's huge work. You can imagine, like, we're here for the finals. There's 5 finals one weekend. That meant there was 10 semi-finals, you know, 10 different, 20 teams, 10 different games. Huge organisation, getting pitches, getting referees, and I like the pitch. He made a great pitch on a great pitch there when he was on about getting sponsors in, and you can see the value of it here. As you mentioned, there's a great atmosphere around. There's no animosity between players or supporters, and for anyone out there that would be thinking or saying this is something we should pursue, you're getting your name attached to players of the quality we see out there, like the Tyrones, your Conor Gormleys, your Stephen O'Neills, and but it's not even just for that. Look at the enjoyment it gives all those guys to get out there and play. And as they said there, for guys over 40 who think their football is over, to get back, to put on a county jersey and go out and play in the likes of Breffni Park, it's just a dream. Absolutely. Tyrone are back out on the field, as you can see. They've wasted little time in the dressing room. I guess they didn't have a whole lot to talk about because they lead by 2-5 to 4 points, and they have the benefit of a breeze in the second half, a significant breeze. They're bidding for their 5th title overall today, their 4th in a row. Roscommon just coming out onto the field now as well, and great to have the Castlereagh Pipe Band bringing us some half-time entertainment as well ahead of throw-in in this second half. Ray McBrien, our match referee, is out there waiting to get things back underway. And before we head back out to the action, I think we're going to go back down to Angelina on the sideline.
Well, I'm delighted to be joined by Susan Brady, the Cavan PRO here at Kingspan Breffni. Susan, what a wonderful day, and I know John Pat has just spoken so highly of the Cavan County Board allowing the facility to be used for something like this. It just adds to the atmosphere.
I must admit there's an absolutely fantastic atmosphere, and you know, it's great to support this competition, and it's for all these players. They put everything into it, and we're more than proud to actually have them here and to host this.
I'm marvelling at the condition of the pitch. There's not a blade of grass out of place, and there's a couple of championship games later, is there?
Yeah, we're in the middle of championship at the moment. We're at quarter-final stage of our intermediate and our junior championships, so we've 2 intermediate quarter-finals straight away. It's going to be a very tight turnaround. But you're look at the weather is good, so the pitch is surviving.
Oh, I'll tell you, it's in fantastic shape. Listen, Susan, I'll let you go because I see the play is just back on. Thank you so much, and thanks for having us here today. Cathal, we'll go back to you.
Thank you, Angelina. And as you say, play back underway in the second half. Roscommon playing from left to right into the breeze in the second period, and bringing the ball forward is the full-back Conor Byrne, who had a pretty good first half. And Roscommon looking to make a purposeful start of the second as they try and plug the gap. That is 7 points right now, but they've coughed up possession. 3 Tyrone defenders in there, and forcing Roscommon into the mistake. And away Tyrone go now. Stephen O'Neill sets this one off as far as Barry Collins. Runners coming from behind him. He's just waiting for them to arrive, and does get the ball off in time to Gary Coney on the edge of the D. Ball all the way out now to Barry Daly. Kicked 2 points in the first half. Can he add a third here? The answer is no. Didn't get enough behind that one, and it's collected by the Roscommon goalkeeper David Hussey, and away they come now with possession, the Rossies, but they need a fast start to this second half, playing into the elements in this second period. Ball turned over again though by Roscommon. They just can't afford to do that against a Tyrone team that'll punish you every single time. And it's a Tyrone free.
Lovely clean tackle by Leo Meenan there to get back, and Conor Byrne didn't hear the footsteps.
Conor Gormley drives the ball in. That's a foul. There was a high challenge on Mark Donnelly. Lovely foot pass in from Gormley. Got it right on the money, and this will be a free for Tyrone. Had an opportunity to open their second half account with that strong breeze blowing behind them. You can see the flag still fluttering in the breeze this afternoon. So here's an opportunity to get themselves off the mark in the second half as we approach the second minute. Left-footed strike on that one from Donnelly and pops it over the bar. In fact, that was Leo Meenan who kicked that one in. That's his second free. And Tyrone lead now by 2-6 to 4 points. You can see the Roscommon management just huddled down there, just talking about what they might do here to get themselves back into the game. But the scoreline not in their favour right now. 8 points the difference between the teams. But Roscommon have possession. Brian Higgins, hit by the challenge of Ryan Quinn, wins himself the free. Referee's brought it forward a little bit. So now it's an opportunity for Ronan Cox, who kicked a lovely score in the first half, to set up an attack here. Paddy O'Connor back to Niall Connolly. Drills the ball into that full forward line. Again, look at the defending from Tyrone. There's just no room to breathe for Roscommon forwards. Though they've won the possession here, David Kelly does well. Ball back out around as far as Ronan Cox again. Conor Byrne. Tyrone flooding that middle channel. They're such a well-drilled team. Roscommon trying to prize an opening here. Byrne does well to get through a little gap there, but he's managed to hang on to possession, but he's under real pressure from Liam Patterson. Tyrone have brought 14 players back into a defensive position here, and now they've overcarried the ball. Well, Con, you're a coach at club level. That is some defending from Tyrone.
Unbelievable. There isn't space to breathe in there when you get the ball. You know, they're doubling up, they're shifting over and back. They just have it to a T. Nothing Conor Byrne could do there. There was nothing on. They shut the door and, you know, bolt the lock and throw away the key.
Yeah, there was no way through.
It's a really difficult call, isn't it, to see how they can get back into this.
O'Neill this time doesn't quite get the pass away.
That's a collector's item, a misplaced kick pass from Stephen O'Neill.
Paul Kelly doing well to read it. And now it's Roscommon on the attack along that far terrace side. Might just open up here. They've got a little bit more space. This time Sean Fahy kicked 2 frees in the first half. Fahy's on the run here. There might be a pass over, maybe a goal chance on had the pass gone to Heenan had it been on, but they've got the free here. Roscommon. A couple of comments coming in. Big shout out to the Roscommon cornerback Michael McNamara, a cornerback for Roscommon. Valerie Duffrey, big shout out to Porrick Pierce's J Club player, superstars Paul Kelly together with teammates Sean Fahy and Niall Finneran. And Conor Carney says Stephen O'Neill could still get his place on the Tyrone team. Well, we probably wouldn't disagree with that, given how he's played so far today. That free's been popped over the bar by Sean Fahy. 3 frees for him now, and Roscommon back to within 7, 2-6 to 5. 5 minutes played in the second half.
And in fairness, again, we've mentioned them a few times, Heenan and Fahy, they are dangerous inside, but trying to supply them. And even when you do get the supply in, the swarm defence from Tyrone is unbelievable.
Long kick out towards O'Neill in the middle of the park. Foley's battling there with him.
It's been a really
Barry Collins, rather, excuse me.
A really good battle there. And Barry Collins, too, a very good midfielder. There's a real battle around the middle there, and it's fairly even.
Oh, O'Neill. Oh, my God, what a pass. Surely they'll finish it here. Oh, they've taken a point. Well, I tell you what, if there's a better pass in the club championship anywhere in the country over the next few weeks, I'm not sure one will beat that from Stephen O'Neill. That was absolute perfection. And it probably deserved a goal at the end of it, but they get a point.
Oh, absolutely. What a phenomenal pass. He makes it look so easy. The weight of that, the flight of it, magic.
Magic, the only way to describe that one from Stephen O'Neill. It's a point for Tyrone, and they lead by 2-7 to 5. Roscommon just desperately needs something to happen here. They need a goal, you feel, pretty quickly to breathe life into their challenge. But they haven't really had a sniff of goal, have they, in this match so far? The Rossies trying to build something up here from between their 45 and 65, ball all the way across. It's eventually gathered by David Kelly. Shifts it off as far as Foley. Foley been told to bring this one back. I don't think Martin McGrath has reappeared for Tyrone in this match. He picked up a bit of a knock, didn't he, in the first half. Don't see him out there right now. Certainly from our vantage point at the moment.
No, but Johnny O'Neill is an able operator as well. He's been at the thick of the action since he replaced him.
Roscommon enjoying plenty of the ball in this second half, but not much in the way of end product. 1 point since half time. Ooh, big challenge coming in from Collins. Referee said it was above board.
But even the pressure they're getting on there out at the 65, you think they'd sit in and let Roscommon enjoy a bit of soft possession. Not a chance of it. Pressure on the ball all the time.
Tyrone have left just one forward up. Everybody else is back in a defensive position here. Now, centre half back for Roscommon. Paddy O'Connor brings it forward. Ger Heenahan comes out to get involved. Now there might be a little bit of space to get a shot away. Remember, Roscommon into the breeze, so they've got to work it in pretty close to get a shot away. And fouled on this occasion is Niall Connolly, the wing forward. So it's a free in here for the Rossies and a chance to take a step closer to Tyrone and restore that 7-point gap that we had at half time.
So difficult to breach that defence though. It's like it's ironclad out around that D.
Sean Fahy has the ball in hand. Has to give that plenty to get it over the bar and clips it over. He's been very solid from frees, Sean Fahy, and that's his fourth. It's Roscommon's 6th point of the game. So they're still just about hanging in there.
Yeah, for sure. If they could engineer a goal of some sort, it would liven things up. Hard to see it coming, but
well, given how well Tyrone have defended,
absolutely,
it's difficult to see it, isn't it? But Roscommon still just about in touch in this Tier 1 final for 2024. How about that for a kick out right to Barry Collins from Colin Toohey. And now Tyrone go on the attack again. They've moved the ball with real purpose in this match. Down as far as Stephen O'Neill, who's being pursued there by David Delaney. O'Neill off the left boot, pings it in as far as Damien Kelly. Back out to O'Neill again. He's the only starting forward that hasn't scored for Tyrone. Might he change that here? Stephen O'Neill with one for the highlight reel. Gorgeous score, and that means all 6 of these starting forwards for Tyrone now have got on the mark.
Yeah, I'm just checking his club to see he's a cheering an oak, because the man it looks like he's reeling back the years. Unbelievable, at his ease. Always when he was playing senior football, he looked to have time on the ball, no matter who he was up against, and he's doing the same here. Beautiful score. 9 points the gap, or 8 points the gap rather. 2-8 to 6 is the score at the moment, as the ball picked up by Ronan Cox. Foley has made the dart forward. Dermot Foley bounces off the challenge of Gormley, and now Cox tries to ride the challenge there, gets inside it, but loses possession momentarily. Now picked up by Sean Fahy. Dermot Foley again. Ger Heenahan. Well, that's a gorgeous pass all the way across from Heenahan. Just allows Roscommon change the angle of attack here. And now an opportunity to try and find a way through. Sean Fahy to Dermot Foley again. Paddy O'Connor. David Delaney. Here's this Tyrone defence in action again, and that's why Roscommon have taken on the shot from distance. Sean Fahy caught that one okay, but it just hung out to the right and wide. Again, textbook defending. Tyrone are getting men back there. They're going zonal in the defence. They're shifting over and back with it, and usually when you do that, a team gets frustrated, and that was a frustrated kind of low percentage shot by Fahy. Stephen
O'Neill is on the march here again. He's been fouled this time as well by Brian Higgins. So we've played almost 11 minutes now of the second half, and Tyrone have managed the game well. 2-8 to 6. They don't have to be outstanding, haven't had that significant 7-point lead at half time. Here's a chance to pad the lead out again. Well, this will drop short dangerously. Well gathered back there by the goalkeeper. And away Roscommon come again with Niall Connolly. That a little bit of a let off. You'd have expected that shot to go over the bar with that breeze at the back of the Tyrone player.
John McHugh did really well with that ball coming in to keep his eye on it, because it looked for all the world like the full forward was going to get a flick onto it. Didn't happen, and a safe pair of hands.
Here's the goalkeeper again, trying to set up an attack. Tyrone are still bringing that extra body just a little bit further back. Damien Kelly is the player just coming out from the full forward line. He's wearing number 15. Here he is now trying to get involved on the far side of the field. Roscommon with Dermot Foley from Kilmore. Loose hand pass. Well, the hand pass wasn't too bad, but Ronan Cox was under pressure, unable to control it, and now that'll give Tyrone a big opportunity here. Conor Gormley steaming through the middle, and there's a goal opportunity here. This would surely see it. Conor Gormley for Tyrone. Brilliant finish, and that could well be that. Superb run through the middle. Good hands as well on the part of Ryan Quinn to play it into the path of the onrushing Gormley, and that pushes Tyrone even further in front. 3-8 to 6 now.
And again, the way they pounce on a turnover, brilliant football, great kick pass in, great hand pass, and then Conor Gormley, the coolest man in Breffni Park, slotted it, passed it by the goalkeeper, giving him no chance.
Outstanding score. And now Tyrone have a vice-like grip on proceedings here at Kingspan Breffni Park in Cavan. 3-8 to 6 points. We still have some 17 minutes of normal time left to play. But it would take something pretty special now from a Roscommon point of view to work themselves back into contention here.
And Donald McAnallen is after taking his position here at left half forward. We're in 20. Stato, brilliant man for GAA statistics. GAA Mad is a couple of books written, and I'm sure you'd know of him, Cahill. Good to see him getting his time out on the pitch.
And Tyrone readying a couple of other subs as well to come in. They'll probably try and run the bench now, give everybody as much game time as they can, with the result almost secure, you would say, with the wind advantage, with the goals that they've got. They've given themselves a great position here to win a 4th Masters title in a row. Stephen O'Neill back there defending. He's going to be carded here by the referee, it looks like, Stephen O'Neill.
He's some competitor though, isn't he? Like with the scoreline as it is now, you'd forgive the Tyrone lads for leaving a couple up front, but they're sticking to the task. They're following the game plan to the letter.
This one going to be launched in around the goalmouth area. Tyrone have enough bodies back there to defend it. Here is the aforementioned Donald McAnallen setting Tyrone on the attack. McGrath's back on the field now. We were talking about him earlier on. And Tyrone now move it quickly. Damien McDevitt, the corner back, has support from Colin McGurk. McDevitt's continued his run. He's got a player in support as well. Just tried to nudge it past the Roscommon defender, but back there was Damien Caslin doing some good defensive work. Dermot Foley hit by the challenge again. That'll be a free for Roscommon.
Dermot Foley is tireless, isn't he? He never gives up the ghost.
Fantastic competitor. Talking about competitors, there's a good catch from Conor Gormley. Nipping in front of Ger Heenan. Gormley drives it down into the corner where it's picked up by Ryan Quinn. He's done well inside the inside line since coming in. Gary Coney now. Back to Gormley again. Colin McGurk. Stephen O'Neill from this side of the field. O'Neill thought about it. Back onto the right boot. Now we won't include that one in the highlight reel. Didn't quite come off for him this time. But Marty McGrath's won it again for Tyrone. This will come back. Good block down from Roscommon. It's still there for Tyrone. Can they find a score at the end of it all? McGrath taking the shot. He's not happy with that one. Way out to the right and wide.
Fair play to Roscommon. I know that the game is gone, but the heart they're showing there, like diving on a fella's boot with the scoreline as it is, it just shows that the pride they have in the jersey. But you know, they've been outclassed and outplayed here. It's going to be a long 15 minutes for them, you feel.
Roscommon, a county that has made a lot of progress, though, in terms of Masters football. They won the Blade title last year. They were also successful in the Shield back in 2018. But to contest a Tier 1 final, as you mentioned earlier on, Con, is a big, big deal for Roscommon.
Oh, absolutely, and Anthony Carroll has been there from the get-go. A lot of these players have soldiered on since they joined up in 20 I think it was 2016 when they rejoined the Masters fold. So it's great for them to get this occasion. I suppose it's a pity for them that it's going the way it's going. Ger
Heenan's inside here. There might be an opportunity back onto the left boot. No, that's not going to register a score. He was just a little bit off balance as he struck that one. Roscommon actually went unbeaten in the group phase as well. They won 5 and drew 1 of their 6 matches. Dublin, the only other county that were unbeaten. Tyrone, as you mentioned, Con, did lose 1 match. So it's been quite a year for Roscommon.
Yeah, quite a year for them, surely. And you know, a lot of those were competitive games. You know, they saw them out.
Yep.
They really have applied themselves. Got some new players in. But again, we can see that the Tyrone are just at the top of the tree, and there's nobody within a couple of branches of them.
Lovely kick out again. This time right to Johnny O'Neill. Plays it off to Liam Patterson. Marty McGrath is on the run here again. He's being pursued by the freshman in Joe Towie for Roscommon. This time McGrath with the shot. Oh, that was really well taken by the goalkeeper. Might have crept over the crossbar had he not intervened. McGrath had a shot from over that side a few minutes ago. That was well off target. This time almost finding the range. Ger Heenan has come out from the full forward line. Dishes that one off to the onrushing David Delaney. Good here from Roscommon. Foley then met by a strong challenge from Niall McFadden from Killyclar. This ball squirts loose. A couple of players racing after it. Heenan has done brilliantly well. Lovely little soccer touch as well to play it to his corner forward, Sean Fahy. Heenan now is looking up for an option. Gets it away in time to Cox. But Stephen O'Neill is back there. I think he was hit by his own player, Stephen O'Neill. And now it's a free for Roscommon.
There's a Roscommon man. As a Conor Gormley is down as well. He looks under pressure there.
A bit of a coming together maybe off the ball. With 11 and a half minutes of normal time left to play.
As you mentioned there, a lovely bit of soccer skill by Ger Heenan in that play. Lovely little touch to play the ball through to Sean Fahy. And the two of those have been very good for Roscommon. Again, not just getting enough of the ball in.
Gormley still down just off camera. It'll be a free for Roscommon when things do resume. Tyrone are getting Peter Donnelly from Coal Island to come in here. He's on his way in, making way is Gary Coney. And remains to be seen whether Conor Gormley, I think, yeah, you can see Maggie Farley just indicating there that Gormley will have to be withdrawn.
He's had a massive game. Like he really binds up that whole back line. Roscommon got no joy at all out of the half forward line. A lot of their attacks floundered on the rock that is Conor Gormley in the first half. Unfortunate for him to have to come off, and we hope it's not a serious injury.
Yeah, he's still down, receiving some treatment. I think
he looks under pressure too. The way he's kicking his feet there suggests he's in some sort of pain.
Yeah, well, let's hope it's not too serious. Good to see him coming back up to his feet, but certainly the indication from Maggie Farley was that Conor Gormley will have to come off here. Looks like the ribs, is it?
Yeah, must be.
Yeah, so Gormley making way and receiving the applause of the crowd down in front of us. He's had a great game. Again, kicked that superb goal, the third goal for Tyrone that has pretty much sealed the result for them as well. Had a fine career at senior level for Tyrone over many, many years. This ball lofted in around the goal mouth here. Dangerous ball in. Referee has spotted an infringement, and that's going to be a free out for Tyrone. And away we go again. The sun's starting to emerge now. It's been a fairly dull afternoon, but the conditions not bad at all. The breeze is still very, very strong though, blowing in favour of Tyrone in this second half. Here they come again, Tyrone on the attack. Long ball down along the far side, angled in nicely. There might be a goal on here again, in around the back. Wonderful hand pass. Can they finish it off here? Little soccer style touch in there from McAnallen, I think it was, and in the end it goes harmlessly wide. Hello to Katrina Byrne. Big shout out to the Roscommon Masters and Conor Byrne, his wife and kids tuned in from Spain. They're gutted to be missing it, but hello to Katrina, Cormac, Caelan, Gavin and Saria. And thank you for tuning in to our coverage as well. Great to have you with us. Unfortunately, we can't bring you better news from a Roscommon point of view, but there's still 8.5 minutes left to go as David Delaney takes it forward for the Rossies. Ball down, the forward just lost his footing there as he was making his way towards it. I think that might be a Roscommon free. It is. Referee spotted the infringement. That was Seamus Keane who won the free.
The Byrne family, I hope they're enjoying the sun in Spain. They're watching in. They can be proud of their dad. He had a super game here for Roscommon, and unfortunately it just wasn't to be for them today.
Dermot Foley. Ball will just about make its way into that full forward line, and it's actually gone wide. The umpire has said that that's crossed the line. Roscommon felt that they kept that one in, but it will be a kick out with 8 minutes of normal time left to play. And I think, has the referee given a 45? Yeah, I think it's a 45 actually for Roscommon. Ger Heenan has come out to get his hands on it. Heenan goes short. Still will work out for Heenan. He's shown some nice tasty soccer touches in the second half, and he's won himself a free here.
Donald McAnallen pleading innocence, but Ray McBride was close enough to see there was a contact there. It'd be nice to see you'd like to see a goal for Roscommon to give the big travelling Roscommon crowd something to cheer about.
Just take the bleak look off the scoreline as well. Tyrone have managed the game really nicely in this second half. Heenan will kick this free right-footed. Struck it nicely into the breeze and kicks it over the bar. Ger Heenan's second point. He kicked a lovely one from play in the first half. Another sub coming in here for Roscommon now. Down underneath us, wearing number 23 is the man from St. Joseph's, Shane Gillerin. Tyrone introducing a couple of subs as well.
You can see there the passing of the baton, and it's a good way to make sure with rolling subs that there isn't more than 15 on the pitch. I think we all remember playing in Kilmacud Sevens where there'd be substitutes rolled in from all corners. You might be going on the attack and all of a sudden there's a full forward appears from behind the goal. So it's a good initiative to make sure that doesn't happen.
So away we go again. Final 6 minutes or so of normal time in this Tier 1 final for 2024. Roscommon in possession. Well won by Ronan Cox, who gets it away just about in time. Seamus Keane now, the corner forward, looking up for a ball inside. He had Dermot Foley off the shoulder there, then tries to pick out the through ball, and what a through ball it is. This could be a goal for Roscommon. Can they finish it off? Tyrone getting the bodies back in there. Great pass inside. The run was from David Kelly, it was, the number 18. But the pass was brilliant, and it sat up nicely for him. Just to have to credit Tyrone, in fairness to them, for getting bodies back in behind the ball. Ger Heenan now with the free. Might he go for a goal from here? Quite a few bodies back there, as you can see. Heenan just drives it over the bar, so that'll bring Roscommon to within 3 goals, 3-8 to 8 points.
If you're being generous, you'd say there's only 3 scores in it, but it feels like all the 9 points and more, doesn't it? Tyrone have just been superb the whole way through. You mentioned it there, the control, the way they've controlled the game. Once they got their noses in front, it never felt like there was a way back for Roscommon. But again, valiantly, they're keeping at it.
Roscommon just running in a couple of subs now here as well. By the way, we'll have a couple of finals for you next week as well, as Con and John Pat have mentioned during our coverage throughout the course of the day. They will come to you live from the Father Manning Gales Club in Drumlish in County Longford. The Spirit Cup Final, which is Tier 5. That's between Cavan and Galway from 1:30 next Saturday. And then it's the meeting of Armagh Sligo in the Challenge Cup Final. That's Tier 4 from 3:30 next Saturday. So we'll have those games for you on the stream next week as the Masters season draws to a close. The final few minutes now here of the Tier 1 final for the Dr. Mick Loftus Cup. Tyrone on the brink of a 4th title in a row. They're on the attack here again, trying to add another score to that pretty handsome tally of 3 goals and 8 points. Nice little run inside. Referee happy enough that challenge was fair. Tyrone felt that they should have had a free, but Roscommon win the turnover. I think Brian Higgins got the initial challenge in. Last 4 minutes now of the opening half, or the second half rather. We'll talk about man of the match in a second. You'd suspect that Tyrone will dominate that discussion, though Roscommon have had a few pretty good performances as well, even though they have been under pressure right from the very off. Good strength shown there by the substitute, Shane Gillerin, to get away from the challenge. And now forward as far as Brian Higgins. Stephen O'Neill is still working hard, but Higgins shrugs off the challenge. Now O'Neill gets a second bite of the cherry, but Higgins has done well to keep going. Always overcarry the ball in the end. He'll be disappointed with that, having tried so hard to get away from the tackles coming in.
And there's a man definitely in the man of the match conversation, Stephen O'Neill. You know, we've seen all his foot passing all through. He got a beautiful point, but his work rate back is like he's the epitome of a team player.
Tyrone in possession again. Martin McGrath waiting for something to present itself. Finds a pass out to the far touchline. Collins. Has that one crossed the line? It has. Just lost his footing at the crucial moment there that allowed the ball across the line. Adrian Harley had possession. So Roscommon line ball. Seamus Keane has the advantage here. A couple of players in support in the middle. Referee will bring it back for the free. So Roscommon, in fairness to them, they're really battling hard here. And hanging in there all the way through. Just haven't been able really to carve open a goal opportunity all the way through the second half that would have really breathed life back into their tie. Here's an opportunity. Well, that one's actually sailed over the bar. Ger Heenahan, how about that for a kick?
Some scoring to that wind. And he's been very, very impressive. And again, battling on the whole way through, as all the Rossies have done. They've just met the Tyrone juggernaut, and they'll learn from this going into next year.
Certainly will stand them in good stead. So with just over a minute of normal time left to go, Con, let's talk about man of the match. You've been speaking about one or two of the Tyrone players. Who do you think has been the best player out there so far?
Well, they had some brilliant performers. Mark Donnelly had a super first half. He got a great goal in that as well. But the two men that everyone in the country will know, it's between the two of them. We had Conor Gormley at 6 and Stephen O'Neill at 11. And on the balance of it today, I don't think you can look beyond Stephen O'Neill. His range of foot passing just lit up Breffni Park here today.
So well done to Stephen O'Neill, who is Con's selection for player of the match in this Masters final for 2024. If memory serves, he was close to that award, if not the winner of that award last year as well, at St. Bridget's in Kiltoom when Tyrone beat Kerry in the final. So Stephen O'Neill collects yet another personal accolade, and he's going to collect another All-Ireland medal in a couple of minutes' time. Meantime, play continues with Tyrone in possession in the middle. This is going to be a long Route 1 ball, and that's some pass inside. Here's the goal opportunity to finish it off for Tyrone, and it's in. Great finish from Martin Taggart, who got on the end of that pass. I think it was Damien Kelly that struck that one so sweetly off the left boot out in the middle of the park. And that's, well, Stephen O'Neill has kicked quite a few nice passes today, but that was as good as any of them.
Oh, that was a beautiful one. Damien Kelly should have waited before we announced the man of the match before delivering a ball like that. What a pass.
The applause you're hearing is Stephen O'Neill being withdrawn there. Some of the supporters from Tyrone rising to their feet. Give him a standing ovation as he's been withdrawn, one of the legends of Tyrone football. And his afternoon is over as the final few subs come in here. Now we're into the added time. I don't know how long the referee's going to add on. We haven't had an indication. We have had one or two stoppages in the second half. Great take there from Seamus Keane for Roscommon. But Tyrone with that fourth goal now lead by 4-8 to 9 points. The Rossies on maybe one final foray forward. Declan Byrne. Now Jerry Nugent Gets away from one challenge, but then the hand pass is on the loose side, and Tyrone win it back again. This man has had a good game as well. Mark Donnelly got the goal that set Tyrone on the way all the way back in the 3rd minute. Donnelly picks out the foot pass forward. Here's a shooting opportunity from range. Hasn't quite come off, but it might work out in there. The ball spills loose. Roscommon tidy it up. Referee spots the foul. Roscommon free. And I think we're going to have the final whistle pretty shortly. And Tyrone set to collect their 4th Masters title in a row, their 5th in all. But Roscommon looking to finish here with one final score perhaps, if there's time. More advantage here for Roscommon. Play continues though. Nice ball forward. And they've done really well to maybe create one final opportunity here. Shooting chance. That ball half blocked down. The shot came in from Niall Finneran. Still we play into the 3rd minute now of added time. Maybe Tyrone will add another score before the conclusion. McGrath moves it forward quickly. Tyrone still full of running. Look at the players across your screen racing forward. This time the long ball in is really well read back there. And you have to commend the fitness of both teams that they're still moving at this pace, which is pretty much at the intensity we've seen all the way through, even in added time at the end of the match. Shot coming in from the Roscommon substitute Nugent, but that well out to the right and wide.
Yeah, and it's great to see as well Roscommon getting all their panel out to taste Breffni Park on All-Ireland final day. Big Niall Finneran there, the Pearsons man, good to see him out and enjoying it, but it's Tyrone's day, no doubt about it.
Well done to Tyrone. The final whistle sounds from Ray McBrien, and Tyrone collect their 4th Masters title in a row. A comprehensive victory in the end. Tyrone 4-8, Roscommon 9 points. Tyrone led by 2-5 to 4 at half time, having played into the breeze in the first half, and that really laid the platform for this victory. They played, you feel, a controlled, measured game in the second half, and in the end not too many complaints about the result from a Roscommon point of view. I think it's fair to say Tyrone deserving winners.
Oh, absolutely. Like they gave a display of football here. You controlled, very well organised, very well set up at the back, and then they had that sprinkling of magic from centre forward from man of the match Stephen O'Neill, putting great ball in on top, and you know, they took those chances really, really well. 4 goals, and they could have had 5 or 6, but they were all over the pitch. Conor Gormley or Rock at centre back, and they'd no weak link anywhere. You're looking to see where could Roscommon target. There was nowhere to go, and Roscommon, in fairness to them, they came up here as was mentioned before, and you know, they would have had intentions of making a right game of this, but they just came up against the Tyrone juggernaut, and there was nothing that they could do, and they tried the whole way through. Jerry Heenan, we saw him having a really, really good game as well. Sean Fahey inside, Dermot Foley, Brian Higgins in the middle of the field. They kept going. Conor Byrne at the back. Like, they had guys who were manly and kept at it, but just outclassed on the day. And Tyrone making Masters history, winning 4 on the trot.
Yeah, it's been fantastic. And just talk to us, Con, in terms of the standards that Tyrone have set themselves, and I suppose that's helped raise the standard of Masters football across the board in the last few years.
Absolutely. My first time seeing them in action was the dethroned Galway, who were at the time on 3 in a row. And so they defeated them down in Drumlish, and since then they've been very, very strong. They're always in semi-finals since then, and 4 finals now on the trot. They'd lost the one before that to Dublin, so they've been in the last 5 finals, so exceptional side. And it's hard to see where it's going to go from, who's going to topple them, because they've got the players, they've got the interest, they have the plan of how to do it and how to attack it every year. Dublin defeated them in the league, I know, but since that it's been all Tyrone, and this man that's going talking to us now, a key man in it.
Yeah, great to get some insight now into the Tyrone camp with our man of the match, Stephen O'Neill, is alongside Angelina.
Thanks so much, Cathal. I'm here with man of the match, Stephen O'Neill. He's, as you can see, welcoming the fan club still. It's all about the selfies and everything with Stephen, even now. Stephen, you're our man of the match in the live stream. Well done, but another great day for Tyrone.
Okay, listen, we're delighted to get the result, you know, and I suppose at the start of the year it was a big challenge to see if we could do 4 in a row, and thankfully we managed to do that. But listen, it's been very, very tough. Every team's getting better and stronger and younger, unfortunately for us. So we've enjoyed the year, and thankfully this year just icing on the cake.
I think I said to you last year, you look like you were enjoying your football. You really look like you're enjoying it again there today, despite maybe some of the players getting a bit younger.
Aye, listen, hey, it's at this level. It's nice to play at this level because most of the players are Europeans, you know. So it's good when you're trying to play a bit of club football, maybe reserves and that. It's a lot of young boys are very, very fast, and you're afraid of getting burnt. So. No, look, it's nice and it's enjoyable. We've built up a good team spirit there. We've played with each other for 4 or 5 years for most of us, and it's just enjoyable. And listen, it's a good family day out. So.
Yeah, great control of the game as well. Against the wind, the breeze was quite strong there, so you controlled it very well.
Aye, we did. And listen, it's a privilege to get to play in Breffni Park. You know, it's a great pitch, great. You know, one of the great stadiums in Ulster, and you know, for it to host the game today, a big thank you to the Cavan County Board for allowing us on. So, listen, when players get a chance to play on a surface like that there in wide open spaces, you have to keep the ball, especially at our age.
Stephen, listen, I'll let you get to the presentation. Congratulations, thanks a million. That's the legendary Stephen O'Neill, our man of the match. I think Cathal again for the second time this year. He was very close to it last year. We'll get some more reaction in a moment, but I'll go back to you for the minute.
Angelina, thank you very much indeed. Yeah, I think Stephen won the Man of the Match award last year in Kiltoom as well, when Tyrone beat Kerry in the final con. We're just looking at the scenes now out on the pitch, and this is really what it's all about, isn't it? Masters football. We see, as Stephen mentioned there, that it's a fantastic family day out.
A fantastic family day out. I know there's going to be a bit of a rush on now because, as we heard, this championship match is meant to kick off or throw in here at 5 o'clock. You can see Cohen's going out for warm-ups, but it is a fantastic family day out, and like no animosity whatsoever. There wasn't a dirty stroke in that game. Played in the right spirit, and it's great to see the players and mixing and getting family out there. You've mothers, fathers, you know. But I think the big part that was alluded to earlier on or mentioned earlier on is that there's kids coming here that are seeing their dads playing for the county, and that's great for them, because for a lot of them when they were playing senior football, the kids wouldn't remember that. They wouldn't have seen them doing that. So to see them playing county football is massive, and that can be the spark that lights a want in the kids as well. I think it's a very healthy setup. And John Pat mentioned earlier as well, for the first time with the international rules this year, there was a ladies team, and I think that's something the Masters are going to look at going forward, and you know, it'd be brilliant to get that going too.
Well, I think we're going to have the presentation now in just a second. I think Conor Gormley's making his way forward to accept the Dr. Mick Loftus Cup on behalf of the Tyrone team. There is a club championship game taking place here at 5 o'clock, so we might go down to the presentation, I think, Brendan, will we, for the next few minutes, just to take in what the presentation will entail. We'll have the player of the match, and we'll hear from John Pat Sheridan here as well.
Would you all come kindly over to the stand, please? There's a club championship match taking place here at 5 o'clock, so we'd like your cooperation to all come over to the stand for the presentation. First and foremost, I'd like to welcome you here to the Gaelic Masters Association final. A great occasion, a great spectacle of football, and I'd like, on behalf of the Gaelic Masters Association, to say a very big thank you to Cavan County Board, all the clubs in Cavan, for allowing us to play in this wonderful venue of Kingspan Breffni Park today. So thanks very much, Cavan County Board. Secondly, I'd like to congratulate Tyrone on doing what has never ever been done before, on winning 4 in a row Gaelic Masters titles ever in the history of Gaelic Masters Association or the GA. Congratulations, Tyrone. I'll start off. Would you all please come off the field, please? Right over to the sideline, if you would, please. All players, spectators, off the pitch, please. As in every game, there's a winner and a loser. As in every game, there's a man of the match. I'd like to call Stephen O'Neill from Tyrone, man of the match. And now, last but not least, I'd like to call on the Tyrone captain of the victorious Tyrone winning Masters team of 4 in a row, Conor Gormley, to accept the cup from Orla Loftus, the Dr. Mickey Loftus Cup.
stuff.
Just before Conor starts, would you all please come in off the middle of the pitch, please? All in, because there'll be two teams coming out to get warmed up. Now I'll hand you over to the victorious captain, Conor Gormley.
Good stuff. Thank you very much. Gives me great honour to stand here and lifting this cup on behalf of Tyrone Masters. A few thank yous. First of all, I'd like to thank Roscommon for a very sporting and hard game. Great achievement, lads, getting the final. I know this is your first final in a few years, so keep at it, keep playing away, and good luck then in the next number of years. So thanks very much, Roscommon. And a bunch of men I'd like to thank these boys in the white and red, the Tyrone jerseys. Put on a hard slog, lads, and deserved our 4 in a row. I think we've been exceptional all year. One wee bump on the road, but congratulations, lads. You deserve this. So well done to all the Tyrone lads. Thank you. Behind them men then we'll have a serious amount of backroom stuff that help out to the families I'm on about. So the families take a lot of the weight off our shoulders and allow us to go to training once or twice a week. So very, very important people in our lives. So I'd like to thank all our families and partners, wives, girlfriends and all that. So thank you very much to all them people. With the players then, we need a management team. These men leave no stone unturned. They must have a phone bill of, I don't know what, every month ringing men, make sure they're coming to training, make sure they're coming out. So I'd like to thank Kieran, Damien, and led by Joe. And we'll have Caitlin as well. Caitlin, I think, has been at more trainings than most of us. So I'd like to thank them. And behind them men, and as all is Vera. So Vera, thank you very much for all the hard work, man, you do in the background. You deserve this as much as the players, so thank you. Another few people I'd like to thank is our sponsors. All our sponsors from Emerald Steel here. We've on our jersey, DSG Civils, like to thank them, on Leonard Transport on our jersey as well. They step up when it's needed. They put their hand in the pocket, and they're very, very much appreciated. O'Kane Plumbing as well for sponsoring our t-shirts. So I'd like to thank their sponsors, all the clubs as well, our clubs that donate and help out as well, and any other people that sponsor and help out. Massive thank you, because we wouldn't be fit to play without all that help. So much appreciated all the sponsors around to be donated. Thank you very, very much. I'm nearly there, I think, nearly there. I'd like to thank the Masters Association for putting on the games and organising all the fixtures and all that. Very, very important. We've been on a few road trips this year. It's been enjoyable. We've got there, and then, lads, so I'd like to thank the Masters Association for providing fixtures and all the rest. So thank you. Last few, I think, referees and officials and stuff for refereeing today. Thank you very, very much. Breffni Park for hosting the event. I think it'd be brilliant to get to play in grounds like this here, especially our boys at our age of our career and the stage of our career, to get playing on a ground like Breffni Park in such brilliant condition is excellent, and we really look forward to playing games on pitches like that. So I'd like to thank Calvin and Breffni Park for that. I think that's it, boys. We've got 4 in a row. Never been done before. Oh, up Tyrone!
Yeah, well done, Tyrone. Just if you would kindly move maybe slightly over to your left this way, because off the pitch, because both teams are coming on the pitch for another game. On behalf of the Gaelic Masters, I'd like to thank you all for coming and supporting our finals today. And also, we have to be respectful that the 2 championship matches taking place here this evening. So you might kindly, spectators, come off the pitch, please, and obey the stewards. Thank you very much. And Tyrone 4 in a row, first time ever done. Well done. Congratulations. To Roscommon, commiserations on your first day in the final. You'll be back again next year, and onwards and upwards for Roscommon. Thank you very much.
And that's John Pat Sheridan of the Gaelic Masters Association, just rounding off the presentation here at Breffni Park in Cavan. So Tyrone, 4-0 champions, 4-8 to 9 points their success over Roscommon in the final here. And earlier on today, Donegal 12 points to 5 winners over London in the plate final. Final word to Connemara, who's joined us on co-commentary throughout the afternoon. Con, a great afternoon of Masters football.
Yeah, great afternoon and excellent performances from the two victors, from Donegal and from Tyrone. You know, the margin of victory was large in both games. You'd prefer tighter games, I suppose, but you could see all the skills on show here today, and the hunger of the four teams out there. Good fitness, a fantastic venue, not a dirty stroke in either of the two games, good officiating, and the speeches weren't bad either at the end of it, and we had fantastic man of the matches in both games, and we look forward to next week with our Tier 4 and Tier 5, and we'll try not to be biased in the Armagh versus Sligo game, Cathal. We'll try not to show the black and white bias there, and Cavan versus Galway down in Drumlish, we look forward to that, but yeah, a massive day here, big crowd, the weather held good, and a great day out all in all.
Yeah, Con, thank you for your company co-commentary today. That's Con O'Mara of Sligo joining us on our broadcast here from Kingspan Breffni on this Saturday afternoon. And as Con says, we'll be back on the stream next week for the Spirit Cup Final and the Challenge Cup Final, both of those live for you next Saturday afternoon from 1:30. Thank you to Brendan, Adrian and Angelina for their work on the stream, and thank you to everybody here in Kingspan Breffni for their hospitality as well, and thank you at home or from wherever you're watching this afternoon for joining us on the stream. But for now, from Kingspan Breffni and Cavan, we leave you on this Saturday afternoon with Tyrone as the Masters champions for the 4th year in a row.
Tell Brendan I said hello. Is this on RT, is it? Guys.
5, 4, 1. Can you all please move up the field as soon as you can? And the second door, and Claire Sherry. Claire Sherry, please come up here because I have your handbag. Claire Sherry.
Shin!